right, I finally did it. I got 15 balls I'm packing up for Jonesboro and the rest of the summer swing since I'm not coming back home here. And these are the 15 I brought. A couple bags of purple ones, a black one, a new purple one, orange solid, Airball Instigator Hero, Hellraiser, Strata, Stellar, and then over here we got the Damn Good Verge, the GB4, and the Obsession Tour. All right, so these are the 15 balls that I brought to Jonesboro. Well, I'm going to Jonesboro and then the rest of the summer tour, so I brought a wide range of different urethane balls to different reactive balls, from big ASIMs to shiny ASIMs, all the way down to some shiny symmetricals. So hopefully some of these can strike for me. I brought plenty of shapes, so if they don't work, it's probably, well, it definitely is gonna be all on me and my knowledge and my shot making ability. So off to Jonesboro, the rest of the summer swing, let's put these in the truck and then we'll get on the road. 7 hours today and hanging out all week. All right, guys, we're like maybe like 2 hours into the drive, 3 hours into the drive. We're gonna stop and see Kevin in a couple hours, but first, this is mainly gonna be a Q&A.
What is the hardest thing about being a professional?
I don't know. There's a lot of, I think there are different things that are hard for everybody. The hardest thing for me, I just like being at home. Making the cut's hard, that's for sure. Winning is hard. Winning is hard. The hardest thing about being a professional for me is, I just think, traveling every week, like on an 8-hour drive for possibly 7 or 8 games and then turning around.
I think it depends on your family dynamic. So
yeah,
for me, I have a wife and 2 dogs, and I thoroughly enjoy spending time with them. So I find it difficult to be on the road for a month and not see them. Packy currently doesn't have a girlfriend, but
I just love staying at home.
Yeah, he's a homebody. So any women out there that want to be a homebody with Packy? No, this isn't dating 101. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything.
I'm gonna have that in. It could
be. What is it? Packy 425 on Instagram. How did you get the budget to start up on tour? I was very fortunate that my grandfather wanted me to succeed at chasing my dreams of being a professional bowler. So he said, go out there, be whatever you want to be, and if it's a professional bowler, then I'll support you financially for as long as you need me. He goes, don't think it's not, or he said, don't think it's just a freebie. You're going to be paying me back with interest. I definitely did end up paying him back, and I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I am now because of his belief in me and his financial backing, really.
Like for me, much like Kris, I was finishing up with college, and my mom said, they both asked me, they're like, what do you want to do when you graduate? My mom kind of just knew. I was like, I'd love to be a bowler. I told her that. I was like, what do I want to be? Well, I'd love to be a bowler, but when I'm done with college, I'll probably just go be a teacher, because I'm just not good enough, and there's not a lot of money to be made for a guy who isn't that good. So she was like, you know what, well, if you want to go do it, I'd rather you be 20, 25 through 30 years old saying at least I tried than 25 to 30 years old and saying, wow, I really wish I could have gone on tour. I really wish I would have. So I just got lucky. My mom and dad both said, go out on tour, we'll financially support you, and if you need a year, 2 years, however long you need, we'll support it until you know whether it can work or it can't. And lucky for me, I've found some other ways to support the dream and keep it alive.
A little bit of advice for someone that might not have the little bit of life luxuries that we have had. save up 15, 20,000. I know it's a large sum of money, but that's realistically what it takes to be on tour. That's very low in terms of cost. So 15, 20K, have the mindset like once you pay that money, it is gone. You will never see that money again. You have to be willing to lose it all. Exactly. And I think that's part of the struggle for a lot of rookies, and
they go out
second,
trying
third
to
year.
make money.
Yeah.
When in reality, like I knew, and maybe you did as well, but a part of that was my parents helping me out, saying like, okay, like, hey, we'll pay the entry fees, we'll pay the hotel, whatever. You're gonna work, you're gonna pay for your own food out there, whatever. But like me knowing, hey, I'm not expecting to make any cuts my first year. My second year, I hope I can make a couple cuts. Maybe my third year, I can make a run at a TV show, maybe even get on one.
Right.
That was the goal. The goal was not go out, win in the first 2 months, because that doesn't happen for pretty much anybody.
I think it's a 2 or 3 year plan at minimum. All right, this is going to be the last question before we get to hang out with Kev for a little bit. How will I know I'm ready to enter my first PBA regional?
So what's the step before regionals?
I would say local amateur events, like sweepers on, Saturdays and Sundays or whatever. The smaller amateur stuff where the pool of people, the caliber of bowler is a little bit lower.
I bowl a ton of handicap tournaments. Go and bowl like your city tournament. If you're looking to start out and you're a little nervous about it, non-champs would be the best way to go. And if there's no non-champs event close to you, I would say just bowl one that is close to you. Just get your feet wet, don't have any expectations going in, and really just see what happens.
The next step would then be, if you're bowling well at non-champs events and even getting close to winning, then absolutely bowl regular events, because then you're making cuts and doing all these other things. So I think, just long story short here, get into tournaments. Anything is good to get your confidence built up, and then save up your money a little bit and enter some PBA regionals.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are pulling up to hang out with Kev. We will see you guys.
We'll come back with some questions in a bit.
Yeah, let you guys send in some more.
Hello. Hey.
Okay, what are we doing here? Drilling a ball.
We're drilling balls for customers and stuff and things.
Are you telling me that's not yours?
It is not mine. I am not sponsored by this company. Can't throw that one.
That's fair.
Can't throw this one.
I see you got a stash of them over here. We'll check those out. These are Kevin's favorites on the bottom right. You say you're doing a video?
No, you can't know about it yet.
Tell him secrets.
No. Play a quick game of bowling.
Do that motion one more time.
Packy's driving.
Not to turn for the first time in about 100 miles.
What's up, guys? We are back in the truck. We are about 100 miles away from Springfield. We left Kevin in the dust. He didn't want to join us anymore. So yeah, we have a couple more questions, and
Let's get into it.
Yeah, I think we're going to start with this one. Your Mount Rushmore of bowling.
Mount Rushmore of bowling?
The four guys that you think have either been the most influential, the best, whatever you think.
I'll put Valmo on it because I feel like I have to. I'm going to put Norm Duke. I'm going to put Walter, and I have to put Parker Bone on there. I have to put a lefty on there.
Parker's your guy.
And Parker is my guy.
Okay.
I've seen him bowl. He's a stud. He's always been a stud. Parker's my guy.
I'm going to say Pete Weber because
he dominated.
He's dominant, and he's had the attitude that no one else ever has. He gets recognized for who do you think you are? I am, by everyone. Second, I am going to have to put Earl Anthony because the OG GOAT, and he's left-handed, so you're happy.
Appreciate it. You got to put a lefty in there.
Yeah. Third, I am going to put Norm Duke because I think he is one of the greatest of all time for bowling. I think...
Do you put Valmo on?
I do put Belmo on because he has completely revolutionized the sport.
Yeah.
And he made it the most popular. I don't know if you know this, and I only know this because he told me, but I hope he watches this video. Brian Valenta actually made a TV show before either one of them.
Did he really?
Bowling for Lindenwood in the National College championships.
Brian Valenta's the original terminator.
Fun fact. But that's my four. Earl, Norm, Pete, Belmo. How do you feel about your performance this year so far?
I'd say literally okay. I've had some events I've bowled super well. I've had some events have just kind of tripped me up a little bit. But yeah, I think it's gone all right. Somewhere in the middle. Made a TV show. Bowled super well at the U.S. Open. Bowled well at the Masters up until the cut, and then went downhill from there. But yeah, I bowled well in the bigger events, and recapping after saying those things, I think it's gone pretty well.
For me, I had pretty lofty goals. After the last couple of years, it's been, a pretty steady incline for me, and I think I did win a title this year, but it was doubles. It was. I didn't forget. How could I forget? Andrew doesn't let me forget. He texts me every morning like, "Hey man, remember we're doubles partners."
Hey, congratulations.
And we won. I'm waking up tomorrow to text like that. But I set some pretty lofty goals and achieved one of them, which was winning the doubles with Andrew. I think I got too outcome oriented instead of thinking about my process. So in that aspect, I think it's just okay. I would say like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. So
yeah.
Better than some, but not as good as I wanted. Biggest adjustment to sport shots for typical house bowlers. Very much like we said, reading a lane front to back instead of left to right. The reason a house shot is so easy is because it makes your ball slow down in the right part of the lane every single time. Like whenever you bowl on a house pattern, it only gets harder. And a sport pattern, you have to try to make it easier. You have to manipulate the oil and friction in a way that makes it easier for you. That's probably the biggest thing that I see, is just being able to visualize what the oil looks like on the lane and how you can manipulate it to best suit you. Do you still have Olivia Newton-John stuck in your head?
Let's get physical. Yes, I do. I can't stop.
That's how our drive is going. Olivia Newton-John is stuck in both of our heads.
We got an hour left, and I can't stop whistling. Let's get physical.
Pretty soon we're going to be singing Grease.
Pretty soon we're going to be watching Grease.
Grease lightning. Corn!
Hey! I don't even know what that is. All you crop experts out there, let us know what's in that field. Not sure what it is.
We're going a little fast.
And we made it!
We made it, folks.
How long did that take us total? What do you think?
Too long. I don't know. But we made it. We're going to try to, maybe if you do that. Triple the lights.
Very nice.
We're going to try to move our stuff into the bowling center, but we have made it to Jonesboro.
All right. Well, we're in Jonesboro. That was our travel day Q&A. Time to catch some sleep and practice session tomorrow. We'll see what kind of practice session we get. Maybe it's one on the golf course.
Definitely.
All right. See ya.
It says, tell Kris he looks like a hotter version of our
I know, I
mailman.
saw that.